and welcome to my channel. I am just Shani and today we're going to be watching TikTok story times. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and ring that bell to be notified every time I post a new video. Let's go.
I have to tell you guys about this date I went on. So I've been on a lot of dates, and it's partially because if someone is attractive and nice, usually I'll go on the first date. The other side of it is I travel a lot and I tend to meet a lot of people when I'm traveling, and something about me not living there, they're not living here, makes it better. I don't know what it is, but anyways, I was in Malibu on a work trip and I had an extra day and a half to myself before I had to go home. So I went out, I met this group of guys, one guy in specific that was very cute and very well known. He was on a TV show and we hit it off. And I was leaving the next day and he was like, before you leave, let's go to breakfast, let's do something, let's hang out. And I was like, okay, sounds good. So we hung out all night. The next day we go to breakfast. We actually had the best time and I didn't think anything of it. I was like, I'm probably never gonna see this guy again. So I go home and we start FaceTiming and texting pretty much nonstop for a week and a half. So then he was like, I'm gonna be in your area for work. I wanna spend time with you. I wanna see you. Let's do something. And so I was like, great, amazing. So he comes for work. We spend a day and a half together, 2 days together, doing some activities, whatever. Again, had the best time. Didn't think anything of it. Didn't see any red flags. However, I was like, how can this guy be this perfect and this attractive? There's got to be something. So 3 weeks later was my birthday. So a week before my birthday, he was like, I want you to come to Malibu. I want to do something fun for your birthday and plan something for you. And me being the idiot that I am, I was like, I'll go stay with someone that I don't really know in Malibu. Sounds like a great plan. So I landed in Malibu at night, and the next day was when he had this entire itinerary planned for my upcoming birthday celebration. So the first stop was at this beautiful brunch spot in Topanga Canyon, overlooking the mountains, gorgeous. And I was like, this is gonna be so fun this weekend. I was there for 2 nights. So we're eating and he goes, will you grab my phone and take some photos of me? And I was like, yeah, sure. I'll take some photos of you. So I take some photos of him with his coffee, with the pancakes, with the view in the background, put the phone down. I start eating and he is completely silent. Didn't say a word to me. So after 4 minutes in of eating, I was like, hey, is everything okay? Is something wrong? He puts his fork down and he was like, I don't want to be rude, but I really don't like those photos. And I wanted to get some good photos today. So I was like, okay, do you want me to take more photos of you? And he was like, yeah, that would be great. So I was like, okay, do you want someone to take it of us? Should we get someone to take it? And the second that you say that, everyone is always the same when they don't want to take a photo of you. They're like, well, we can take one together after, but first, could you get some of me? I was like, that's when you know that no one wants to take a photo with you, ever. So I take some photos of him. At this point, we have about 3,000 in the camera roll, every crevice of his face and body in the camera roll, so many to choose from. I'm like, this one of them has to work out. So we leave this place. We go to the second stop on the list. And he was like, we're going surfing in Malibu. And I was like, oh my God. He knew that I love surfing and he knew that I liked Malibu and surfing in Malibu because we had talked about it on one of our other dates. And so we pull up to the beach. He opens the trunk and he pulls out one surfboard and one wetsuit. And I was like, so are we gonna trade off? Should we go rent another one? And he was like, well, yeah, I was thinking that I'll go first and yeah, you could do it after. And I was like, okay. So we go down to the beach. He puts the surfboard down. He pulls out the sunscreen and he goes, hey, can you grab my phone? I was like, sure. And he goes, I really want to get some photos, putting on the sunscreen, going into the water and catching some waves. And I'm like, okay. So I grab the camera. I start tapping through. I'm like, if he pulls the same shit that he does last time, we're going to be here all day. So he starts putting on the sunscreen and he does the thing where he's fake laughing, fixing his hair, trying to look all nonchalant with the sunscreen. This was a full on photo shoot. So I take those, I take some going into the water, I take 1 or 2 of him sitting in the water, waiting to catch a wave, whatever. I put the phone down, I go lay down. I'm like, screw this, I'm done with this. I'm laying out. So I lay on my stomach, I start tanning. 15 minutes goes by, I have music on. He comes up and he goes, are you fucking kidding me? And I was like, what's wrong? And he's like, I didn't even catch a wave. You didn't get me surfing. I really didn't get what I wanted. Just like that. I was like, are you, I honestly, at this point, shocked. I'm thinking of who the fuck else can I stay with? This is ridiculous. So I go back to the water because I'm like trying to like just make it like better at this point. I'm like, I don't want to get in a fucking fight over photos. This is insane. If this is what men have to deal with, I feel bad for all of them. I go back to the water. I take some more photos. He doesn't catch a single wave. I'm like, fuck this. I'm done. Like, I go lay back down. So I lay back down. He comes back out of the water again and he goes, I think I'm ready to go. And I go, well, I'm not, because this was like my birthday celebration plan and I want to stay a little bit longer. So he was like, okay, we can stay longer. So I start tanning again. You know how there's just like tension that you can't relax? So his energy and his tension, I couldn't fully relax. So after like 10 minutes, I was like, all right, we can go. I'm texting at this point a friend that lives like 45 minutes away because I'm like, I need like SOS, need help. This guy is a fucking maniac. I cannot stay here. I'm texting her. She's like, don't worry, girl. I got you. We'll figure it out. I go back to his house and he was like, I was thinking I can cook a steak dinner for you. So I was like, okay. At this point, I'm just hungry and I'm like, whatever, I'll figure this out. Probably gonna leave tomorrow, but I don't know. Anyways. So I take a shower. I come out. There's a nice little steak there and there's a tripod. Look, I'm all about like the whole like social media stuff, but like if you're planning an itinerary for my birthday and I'm coming into town to see you, like it's not a full photo shoot the entire day for you. Like what? He sets up his tripod. He starts cooking the steak. I'm in the background. Again, this guy's like not talking to me. Like it's like he was like mad at me for not getting the right photos earlier, that he like didn't want to communicate with me anymore, because everything was great. The second that I didn't get any good photos from that day, it was like game over. I'm like a wall, non-existent. So basically, as he's cooking this steak dinner, probably for himself, I called an Uber and I said, hey, I don't really appreciate like the weirdness that's going on. Like this is like, you're just selfish. Like you're a narcissist. I don't know what's wrong with you. Ubered my way to my friend's house, which was like 45 minutes away. And my birthday was like 5 days later. I actually ended up extending the entire trip, like another week and a half. I had my birthday there away from this man, had the best time actually, and met this other guy that I actually ended up dating for a little bit. So I stayed there for my whole birthday and never talked to this man ever again. And like a couple of weeks later, I saw that he was dating this girl and they had been dating for a little bit. And when they broke up, I actually messaged her and I was like, did you have the same experience with this guy? And she was like, yeah, that's exactly how he is. So that made me feel better, because I was like, it's not just me as like the photographer, even though I'm flattered, but some of these pretty boys, like they're just not it.
Girl, I have experienced that. Like when with my group of friends, I am the photographer. Like I take really good pictures, and I have an Android, so my pictures just come out naturally better for all my iPhone friends. So I'm always taking pictures, and especially if it's my friend's birthday, of course, I'm hyping her up. I'm taking all the good pictures. I'm like, girl, let's go over here. Let's take a picture over here. Like it's a whole photo shoot, because it's her or any of my friends' day. It's their day, and I want them to feel special. But I've also had the opposite, the experiences. I'm not a photo person. I don't like taking pictures. I just don't, because people can't take pictures like I take pictures. I know my angles, I know my face, I know how to take pictures. But it seems like with my friends, they just do not know how to take pictures. It's just like, you know how you want your pictures taken, do me the same favor, like do me good, let me good, you know what I'm saying? But my friends are just really bad at taking pictures, and I'd be like, hey, I didn't really like this, can you take it again? And they get a whole attitude, and I'm just like, I only asked you to take it one more time. Like it's not that serious, boo. Like that's why I don't even allow my friends to take pictures, or if they do choose to take pictures of me, I just accept it, like whatever. Like I don't have to post it. Most of the time they be posting it and I'll be looking a mess. One time my friend took a picture of me and I got so upset because it was such a bad picture. Like if I take a picture of her or any of my friends, I edit. If it's not good, I edit. They'd be like, oh, that's a little, you see my stomach. I'd be like, oh, no problem, boo. Edit that out. Like, I'm really like, photography should have been my thing. Like, I'm really good at taking pictures. Girl, one of my birthdays, my friend wanted me to take pictures of her the whole time. And it's my birthday celebration. But she's like, can you take pictures of me? Do you do this? I was just so over it. Like, I understand that I'm usually the picture taker, but it's my day. And I don't want to take pictures. Like, no, I don't. Why do I have to take your pictures on my day? You know what I'm saying? I totally relate to this person. Because there's some people that is just like, hey, why are you being so selfish? Are you aware that it's my, like, what's going on? No, that's what another thing. I would not be friends. Well, I don't necessarily want to be friends with influencers because I used to have a friend, and I think I told you guys this before, who was a streamer, and that's all they did. Like, we would hang out and they would stream the whole time, and I'm just like, yeah, I understand this is how you make your money, but I kind of just want to hang out, you know? Like, give me my attention. Like, let's just chill, hang out. And it was like they were streaming the whole time, and I couldn't get a word in. They wouldn't listen to me. They were talking to their streamers instead of me, and I'm just like, nah, this ain't it, boo. Because even though I know I'm a content creator and a lot of my stuff, like, I record all the time, but I have people in my life who are just like, I don't want to record. And a lot of the times I don't record. I'm just here. Like, like, I'll just be living in the moment and be like, shoot, I should have recorded that. I need to record more in my life. But no, I'm not going to just be recording all the time when I'm trying to spend quality time with somebody. And he literally told her to come for her birthday. Girl, I'm glad she got out of that situation. I'm glad she had an escape plan, because I've been that girl who has gone somewhere, drove to see somebody or spend time with somebody, a stranger. I remember I stayed like a month with a stranger, a girl I never met before. Stayed at her house for a month, just living life.
In honor of the new year, I'm finally going to give you guys a story time of how I got played in 2024 by a man. Yes, the roaches finally got me. They finally found me. And while we're doing that, I'm going to be doing my makeup as well, because I have a family event to get to. So I already did my skin prep using niacinamide from The Ordinary and their moisturizer as well. So let's get straight into it. No matter how good a man seems, no matter how nice he seems, don't trust them. Don't ever trust them. First up, primer, using the e.l.f. primer. I haven't tried any other primer apart from this, so I can't really tell you how good it is because I don't know what it compares to others. I met this guy in January of 2024, and it was like kind of all those Twilight stuff that you see in the movies where people always cross paths a million times but they never meet, and they finally meet on an odd day. So apparently when we're in primary school, that's like around 9 years old, we went on the same excursion, we were on the same bus, we never spoke, we were on the same bus in the same hotel for an entire week, we never talked to each other or anything. In the same city for about 10 years, and then we never like even saw each other there. And then we moved to Canada. We moved to Canada. I'm on this app one day and I'm like, yo, I got a message from him. I reply, and then we meet in person in school because we attend the same university. And the first time I met him, I didn't really think much about it. I'm not looking for anything with a man and all that. I'm just thinking like, oh, this is a cool friend to hang out with and all that. I didn't really put much effort into it, just like talking to a friend and all that. Fast forward a couple meetups and all that in school, and I'm like, this person is actually quite chill and like they look good. So let me see what's up on this side, you know? Let's try a little some. So we're talking and all that. We're in the talking stage. Bear in mind, this started in January. Bear that information in mind. So we continue all that. We talk for a while. Fast forward to like May, everything is good. We're still talking though. I should have seen that. Like, we're talking for 5 months. What were we talking about? I have no idea. I normally wouldn't do that for 5 months, but he was so good. Let me paint a picture of this guy. He was sweet, attentive. He always like listens. He buys. Let me tell you where he got me. Food. The way to my heart is through my stomach. I was happy. Like, I thought like, oh my God, I found a catch. Like, I was like, oh God, maybe the second time is the right time. I thought that I had found the one and everything. Not the one for life, but the one for a long term, to have a good time, to like, you know, experience all the good things about relationships and all that. So he's like 6'2", dark skin, tall, wears glasses, watches anime. He's like a nerdy guy. That, you know how the one to be like, oh, I want a nerdy guy that treats me as another that. That was him. He was never secretive about his phone. I knew his password. He always gave me his phone. Like, he never had any red flags to show that he was playing in my face. So I never had a reason to doubt him. You get? So fast forward to May, we're still talking. I don't know why. I said, let me go see him one day. It's been a minute because we hadn't seen each other because he was at work for a while. And then I'm like, oh, let me go see him, buy him some food, and like, be nice. I got to his house, entered his room. Guess what I saw? Just guess what I saw? I saw him and a girl on his bed. They were sitting down. They weren't in a like compromising position, but the aura, the setting, everything just looked so off. And I'm like, child, what's going on? What's going on? But I didn't want to crash out, So, as a mature girl that I am, I closed the door and I walked out. I went to the living room and I sat there because if I had stayed in that room, there would have been blood and I'd have gone to jail. So, in order to, take the high road, I just left. Went to the living room. 2 minutes later, he came out with her and he's like, oh, I'm going to go drop her off. And I'm like, oh, you're going to go drop her off? I'm like, nah, I'm not going to say nothing. I closed my mouth and I just sat there pretty and everything. And I'm like, I'm going to wait for you to come back. A minute after he leaves the door with her, he comes back in. He's like, oh, she said you probably angry and everything, that I should come talk to you. I'm like, oh, your brain didn't clock that I'm angry. But we have been so passively saying, okay. So we go inside his room and we're talking. And I'm asking him, do you have anything going on with her? He denies it flat out. He's like, oh no, we're just friends, da 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 da. She even has a kid. I don't mess around with people that have kids. He was lying, but I believed him. Like, I asked him so many times because I was like, that situation in my spirit was telling me something else. And against my better judgment, I believed this man. The next morning, I got a message from this girl and she came to me as a woman. I was like, you coming to me as a woman? That was the first time someone had ever come to me as a woman. And I was so gagged. And I'm reading her messages. He's sleeping next to me, by the way, when I'm reading her messages. Like, she's telling me about everything and all that. And I'm like, I just talked to the and he lies to my face. He wakes up, yeah, we have a whole conversation. Because, like, bear in mind, he's a very friendly guy. So it might be easy to misunderstand his friendliness as, like, him flirting with you and all that. So that's what I took it as, yeah. And then he tells me the same thing, that oh, nothing ever happened between her. He doesn't know why she thinks like that and all that. That it was probably that he was too friendly and too nice to her. That she has a kid, he doesn't mess around with people that have kids and all that. And I'm like, cool, I believe him. I did not. There was a feeling in my gut that this guy is lying to me. But do you know what I did? I said, for my peace of mind, I'm gonna believe him, because that was the most logical thing that I could think about to do in that moment. And I believed him and I let it go. Fast forward a couple more weeks, we broke up because, like, it's not moving. What are we situationshiping for like 5 to almost 6 months? So I ended that. And then we continued being friends though, because like it didn't end on a bad note. It's just like, we want different things in life and all that. But let me give you some piece of information that I haven't said yet. When we were all together, like all that, he always introduced me as his girlfriend. He called me his girlfriend. The only thing missing was that he hadn't yet asked me officially. And then even when I talk about it, because at that point in time, we were all going through like stuff in our lives. Life was really life, and if you know what I mean. So I didn't really think too much about it, because like life is really hard right now. Life is suckish, really suckish at that point. So I'm like, okay, that's probably why he hasn't asked me. That's what I was thinking. That was not why he hadn't asked me. I did ask him, like, why he hadn't, like, during this whole situation when we were still together, why he hadn't asked me to be his girlfriend. He was like, he is planning on getting into it. It's just that, he hasn't, like, seen the time because he wanted it to be special and all that. And we haven't really had the time to do all those, like, really, like, special and out of the wall kind of stuff, because life has been life, and I've been like believing him, and I'm like, yeah, that's probably the reason. It was not the reason. I'm getting there. So we broke up, we remained friends, blah blah blah. Fast forward a couple months after, I get a text from this girl. She's like, hi, are you with so and so? And I'm like, this seems like the same girl that messaged me back then when I was with him. So I blocked her, screenshotted it, and I sent it to him. I'm like, yo, why's your friend messaging me about like this kind of stuff like that? And then he's like, oh, she's the girl I'm seeing, because he told me he's seeing someone, and I was happy for him. And then I'm like, oh, okay. And he said that she just wants reassurance. I don't know that. And I'm like, okay, calm, I'll reassure her and then block her. But then I'm like, wait, hold up. If 2 plus 2 is 4, who the was lying back in May when you guys said when she said she was with you and you said she's not with you? So I go back and I asked the girl, you remember back in May when you messaged me, yeah? Were you like lying about the whole situation? Like, I asked her, like, I genuinely need you to do this first up, because like even me, I didn't think she was lying back in May, but I just chose to believe this because I really liked him. She tells me again that she wasn't lying, she really liked the guy, she was really serious about him and all that, and I'm like, so this guy was lying to me. I go back to this guy. Let me think. I go back to him and I'm like, yo, I talked to her. She's saying all this and that. And then now all of a sudden, he remembers that, yeah, they were talking at that time. And I'm like, you were talking? I asked you. You said you don't know nothing about none of that. I'm like, he's like, yeah. And the way he's saying it so passively, like downplaying it, like it's not that deep. It was deep. It was very deep for me. Because what? He's like, oh, it's not that deep, like, da-da-da. And I'm like, but you're meant to be a good guy. That was what shocked me the most. Like, I didn't believe it at first. Even when the girl was telling me, like, oh, reassuring me that, yeah, she wasn't lying. I didn't believe it. I called my friends to try and figure out, like, a different explanation. My friends are like, girl, there's no different explanation. That guy was lying to you and, like, playing in your face. And I couldn't believe it because this guy to me was like a very good guy. When I say like a very good, like I thought he was like an angel, a God-sent angel and all that. He was not an angel. He was a lying man. He was a man. He was just typical man. And I felt so stupid. I literally felt so stupid for believing him. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then we get to talking, yeah? We get to talking, and like, I'm asking him, what the do you mean by you're talking? And then I'm like, so if we were dating, is this what you would have been doing behind my back? He's like, oh, but if we were dating, none of that would have ever happened. I'm like, what? What do you mean by if we were dating, none of that would have ever happened? We were talking for 5 months. When I asked you about it, what's going on with us, you're like, oh, well, basically like dating is just like you haven't asked me. You call me your girlfriend. You make me feel like this thing is serious and all that, and like you're into this thing. Only for me to find out when you were lying to my face and telling me all that and capping, you were also telling that bullshit to another girl. And then he's downplaying like, yeah, I know what I did was bad, but you know, when a is just like, yeah, it's bad, but I don't really give a that kind of energy. That's what he was giving. And I'm like, it took me days to comprehend that a man actually did that to me. I was like, yo, me. I was coming to your house, and your roommates, your friends probably were seeing me coming down when they were like, this playing, this girl and that girl plays, guy, young, you have game, like that. And I'm like, a man was playing in my face like this, and I didn't even know. What? Like, I felt so stupid, so embarrassed, so like, what the like, how? Why would you do that to me? Like, I was like, have I ever done anything evil to you in this life? And he's like, no, da 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 da. And I'm like, why would you do that to me? Why? Like, just simply why? Like, why would you want to do that to me? I've never done anything bad to you as far as I remember. Like, all I was good to you. So why would you want to play in my face? Why would you lie to me? Why would you want to hurt me? Huh, Pookie? Like, I know you're watching this video, so what did I ever do to you? I did decide that I was gonna stop talking to him for my mental health, but we still have some unfinished business. I have not yet fully blocked him, but once I'm done with that whole business stuff with him, he's getting blocked and we're never gonna hear from each other ever again. So let this be your lesson. If your gut tells you that he's lying, he is lying. Yes. Do not be like me. Don't go being like, oh, he's probably this, da da da. Don't make excuses for that man. That man is doing what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. He's doing it and he's happy. He is living his best life, playing in your face, lying to you and all that. So do not believe this man. Trust your gut and just pray to God that you don't meet any of these liars and cheaters. And I'm not done with my makeup, but I'm done with the story time, so I'm just gonna show you guys what the makeup looks like once I'm done. Finished makeup look, and I realized the beauty filter had been on the entire time I was filming, so I just turned it off. So this is what my makeup looks like. No filter, no nothing, just my face. So yeah, happy New Year's everyone, and stay away from lying men. Don't believe this man. All they do is lie. Even if he gives you his phone password, he looks like he worships you. You think he doesn't have the time. Men will find the time. Even if he seems like the sweetest person on earth, he might not be. So always trust your gut and stay safe in the streets.
Can we talk about the fact that she was doing her makeup with a white shirt on? And she didn't even need makeup. Skin was popping. I know she said she had on a filter, but still, skin was popping, honey. Like, girl, what are we doing? All that makeup you put on when you didn't need it. Skin was kissed by the sun, honey. Girl, you knew. We all knew. You knew. You had that. You said you had a little pit in your stomach when you saw that girl. You felt uneasy. You backed up out the room. Girl, I was applauding that you backed up out the room, but I didn't know you went into the waiting area to wait your turn. No, you were supposed to walk up out the room and walk up out his life, never to speak to him again, honey. Like, I understand not crashing out, but my thing is, I don't know, because I just don't want to have to question anything. I shouldn't have to question nothing. The moment I get in my head is a problem. That's when things go crazy. That's when I'm about to crash out. I feel like now I would not have cared. I would have been like, okay, well, this is what's going on, and it got me questioning, so I'm gonna just leave. Like, there's plenty of other people who want me. Like, look at me, come on now. So, but back then I might have been like, yo, so what is this? Like, I would have been asking questions. My mom's always told me if something doesn't sit right with you, you ask questions. So what is this? Who is this? Who are you, baby girl? Who are you? Who is he to you? Who are you to him? Like, I would be asking questions, not just walking out. See some mess, walk out the room and sit in the living room. You're riling out. You thought I was that involved, bro. You thought I was that calm. You thought I was that mature, honey. But like, I don't know. I knew he was lying. You knew he was lying. She knew he was lying. Like, what if a girl comes to you as a woman, or just comes to you and how did she get your number? Like, clearly she got it out his phone. She comes to you and lets you know, hey, no, we're talking. Like, we're together. We're an item. And you're just going to not believe her? Like, maybe it's because I'm a woman. When a woman speaks to me about a man or whoever they're talking to, I believe them. I believe them over a man. Yes, I will believe a woman over a man. Comment below if you'll believe a woman over a man. Yeah. So yeah, no, she knew. She knew, and she just wanted to be with him because he was cute. But no, boo-boo. You played yourself. Like, you played yourself. And it could have been a conversation of, hey, we're just gonna be hooking up. If everybody's aware that we're just hooking up, that's cool. Because I've been in a situation like that when I've had, back in the day, if you've been here a while, you've heard my stories. I had a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and a Monday girl that I hook up with. 3 girls dating, talking to multiple girls. They were all aware that I had a roster. Everyone was aware because they wanted a piece. They wanted, so they was okay with, they understood to get what they need from me. They have to understand that I'm going to be with other people as well. Like, that's what an open relationship is. As long as everyone's safe. Everyone's safe. We're good. We're great. Everyone's getting what they need. So, and everyone's aware. We have open communication, like all that stuff. I don't understand where is the disconnect with guys. If you just be honest with a woman, you treat her right. You're a good person. You communicate. You just be honest. You can have multiple girls. I mean, hello. I've been there, done that. That's what I do. So I don't understand. I don't understand why you lie. You can literally, if you laying down that pipe, you can have multiple girls. Like, they don't. And the thing is, after you cheat, there's a lot of females that be like, oh, well, I know he gonna cheat, so I'm gonna still be with him. So how much stress would that relieve from you if you were just being honest? Like, yeah, I'm gonna just sleep with her, but I'm gonna sleep with you, but you my main. Like, it would relieve so much stress on everybody, literally. All right, then.
if you think your dating life is bad, let me tell you a story. Okay, let me tell you a story. See that back there? That's a suitcase. On Monday, I drove 3.5 hours to go visit a guy because he's in the Army and he just never could come visit me. Whatever. So I drive out there to go spend time with him and be close that I can see him every day for 5 days. I come over, he makes me dinner the first night, burnt the dinner to a crisp. Nothing against it. Most men can't cook. Not surprised. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to make dinner tomorrow night. So tomorrow, the next day, I just go drive around and I go grocery shopping and I get like $30 worth of groceries to make like a chicken garlic parm dinner. I go back to his place. For 2 hours, I am cooking so that the house smells good when he gets home and that he has something hot and ready to eat when he gets home. So I make this dinner. I prepare it. It's in the oven. He's doesn't want to eat when he gets home right away, which like whatever. He's like, I'm gonna go work out and then I'm gonna eat. And I was like, cool. So he goes and works out, he comes out and we eat dinner. Does not say thank you for cooking the food. He does not say thank you for buying the food. And he doesn't even really compliment. He was just like, at the end, it was like, oh, it was good. That was it. And so then I do the dishes and I clean up. He kind of piddles in there a little bit and like dries and puts away the dishes. And I was like, okay, well, maybe he had a long day at work. You know what? I have no idea. He's in the Army. Who knows? Who knows what kind of day he had? So I was like, okay, I'll try again tomorrow. So the next day I go out and I get more groceries. I buy the groceries. I go back and I make dinner. He comes home a little early and he goes straight to his bedroom. Straight to his bedroom. And I'm like, okay. So I wait an hour and a half and I'm like, well, he's still not out here. So I'm going to make dinner and eat because I'm hungry. And it's like 6:30 at the time. And I was like, okay, I'm making dinner. So I make a quesadilla for me. I make extra and put it in the microwave for him. He comes out like 45 minutes later after I finish eating. I already washed my dish and put it away. And I'm just sitting on the couch talking to a friend. He literally, I was like, hey, dinner, I made dinner. It's in the microwave for you. And he was like, cool. Goes in, grabs it, literally walks right back to his bedroom. Right back to his bedroom and sits in there and eats the quesadillas that I made by himself. And I know I'm really worked up about it because right now it is 10:30 at night and I am going home a day early because I'm not doing this. I'm going to be home at 1 a.m. I don't care. So he comes back out and I was like, so what'd you think of it? And he was like, it was good. Tasted like an actual quesadilla. It tasted like an actual quesadilla because it was an actual quesadilla, okay? It was an actual quesadilla. I was like, okay, whatever. It's fine. I'm not making dinner tomorrow night. I'm just not doing it. I'm not spending more money on this ungrateful man. So he comes back from work and he's like, hey, what you been doing? You just been chilling today? I'm like, yep, just been chilling. Calling people back home. They're checking in on me, whatever. And he was like, okay, I didn't know if you made dinner or anything. I'm like, I made dinner. No, I did not. So I was like, do you want to watch a movie tonight? And he was like, well, I think I'm going to just work out and make some dinner. And I was like, okay, cool. So he works out, he burns something in the kitchen for dinner. And I'm literally like waiting to see if he's done and we can watch a movie. Goes back to his bedroom like a troll, like a hermit. And so I go and I sit on the couch and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to watch a movie. So I walk out there to go sit on the couch and select a movie. And I hear this man in his bedroom talking to another woman. And I literally have the receipts on this, but he's literally in his bedroom playing a game, talking to another woman. And like the first night that I came over, he was like, I'm gonna go back and play my game. And I'm like, I wonder if he's just been talking to this chick the whole time. So I was like, I was on the phone with my friend. I said, you know what? I'm leaving. I'm gonna just make up some crappy story and I'm leaving. So I packed up all my stuff. I put it by the door and I knocked on his door and I hear him, oh, hold on a second. Somebody's knocking at my door. I'm gonna hang up and I'll call you back. I'm like, somebody is me, that person that drove 3.5 hours and took time off work where she could have been earning money to spend time with you. Yeah, that's that someone. So he opens the door and I'm like, hey, my mom's having a medical emergency. She's in the ER. I gotta go home. Total lie. Super fabricated. I mean, I really should have just told him straight up that I think you're boring. I think you have no manners. And why are you talking to another girl in your bedroom? Like, while one is sitting on the couch, literally in your own home. So yeah, I am currently driving home I am set to arrive at around 1:30 a.m. back in Mississippi. I'm so sick of dating. I'm so sick of dating because I don't know what it is about me, but I just attract the douchiest men. Like, the douchiest men. And this is terrible. At least I have enough self-worth, I think, to leave. I'm not going to stick around. But, like, at the same time, why does this keep happening? What did I do? What did I do wrong? I was never messy. I cleaned his house while he was at work. I swept the floors. I cleaned the kitchen. I cleaned the plastic he burnt off his stove the night before. I cleaned his bathroom. Like, what am I doing wrong? And I'm like, I might be doing too much, honestly. I might be doing too much. It's not that I'm not doing enough. But, like, I'm a traditional kind of gal. Like, you open the door for me, you carry my bags, like, you say thank you if I cook for you. You should want to spend time with me. Otherwise, I don't know why we're even considering dating. Like, this is just, it's bad. It's bad. Anyways, that's my rant. So if you think your dating life sucks, mine's probably worse. It's not that bad because I always get out of it, but, like, this keeps happening. And this one is the worst because I actually drove here. He would not even come to visit me. He would not come to visit me first. And I drove here. I spent my gas. I spent my money on groceries. I spent my time cooking and cleaning. And yeah, this is what it has amounted to. So I blocked him, so he's hopefully not going to see this video. But if he does, dude, you got to step up your game because you suck. You are boring. You're so boring. And you need some serious manners, and I don't think you're ready to date because I don't think you know how to treat a woman, or you're just a player and a cheater. So, yeah, I'm disgusted with dating. So the next guy that takes me on a date better impress me, or I might be an old hag that lives by herself with her farm animals. I'm just like, ah! I was literally shaking when I knocked on his door and I was picking up my bag sleeve because I was, like, so upset. I was like, this is bad. This is bad. So yeah, that is my fun story. I wish it was fake, but I don't even think I have the creative juices to create something like that in my head. But yeah, dating sucks.
Girl, the first mistake, can we talk about it? Can we all say it at the same time? He's in the army. That was your first mistake. We don't date people in the army. No, stop it. That's a red flag already. And the crazy thing is, I used to only date people who was in the service. Like, it was just like, ooh, uniform. Ooh, yeah, girl. No! Why are we cooking for this grown butt man? Clearly, he was looking for a mommy, not a girlfriend. Well, you wasn't the girlfriend. The one he was on the phone with was the girlfriend. He wanted you to be his mom, to cook his food. Like, he supposed to be whining, dining you, spending time with you. You came to see him. Honey, I used to talk to this girl who was in the military, and I had finally came to see her on base because like she just said, they never get to see you because they're always working, they're always on. So if you want to see them, you have to go see them. So I would go to see her on base, and you know, this girl had the audacity to say to me, and this was when I was young. I think I in college. I can't remember. I'm still young, but this is when I was younger. She had the audacity to say, you look better online. And I was just like, it completely threw me off. And I was just like, wait, what? I've never heard that. I've always heard, oh, you look better in person. Oh my gosh, in person, you bomb, girl. Like, your pictures don't do you justice. So the fact that she was like, oh, you ugly, it just threw everything off. I stayed and talked to her, trying to, like, okay, maybe, I don't know. Because I feel like, honestly, I'm an ugly girl dater. I like ugly girls because it's all about a personality. Like, it's not really about your look. So I was just like, well, maybe we can go on and maybe she could see the cute in my personality. What was I thinking? I was young, and I was just like, okay, yeah. It didn't get better. It was the tension. It was weird. It was a weird connect. Like, online we were connecting. It was everything. But when we was in person, after she saw I was ugly, it was just weird. It was awkward, and I was like, I gotta go. I just drove all this way to see you, and you gonna tell me the first thing you say to me when you see me is, you look better online. Girl, bye. Girl, bye. No, you just let him play your face like that, girl. You cleaning his bathroom. that part. If I come over your house and I'm supposed to be staying with you and your bathroom's not clean, I'm not gonna be staying there, and I'm definitely not gonna be cleaning it. You're wilding out. That's one thing you should know about me. I feel like everyone knows this about me. If your bathroom is not clean, I'm not there. That's a tiny space. I'm low-key claustrophobic. I don't like germs. One thing, if I walk into your house and your bathroom dirty, that's a problem. Your microwave dirty, that's a problem. Your trash can is dirty, like, you know, it's even it's the one where you have to touch it. If I have to touch your trash can, we got a problem. But if I already have to touch it and it's dirty, like the outside, inside, that lid is dirty and the gunk around the I can't do that. I can't do that. I literally just cleaned my trash can because it was low-key getting to the point where it was just like, wait a second. Like, and I clean my trash can like almost every other week. Like, I cleaned it because I told my mother to clean it, and she was just like, I would just spray it. I was just like, no, put some Clorox and some freaking Dawn up in there and get in there, ma. So I cleaned it. I girl. She doing too much, and then she spends her own money and then cooks, and he is ungrateful. Like, I understand doing stuff because you want to do it from the kindness of your heart, you do it, but I understand how doing a service and not getting the appreciation can affect you. Got it. And why is he going back into his room, getting his food and going to his room? Like, that was really child behavior. I do that with my mom now, and she has to tell me, hey, let's watch TV. So what are you doing when you're trying to court? I thought he was trying to court. No, he's in the army. It's a whole, their thoughts are different. It's a different way of their thinking. It feels like it's like they're trying to find a housewife, but also aware that they're gonna have other girls on the side. If there's somebody, what's it called, somebody in their platoon they're gonna be with them and still have that housewife at the house to take care of the kids. Yeah, no, honey, girl, I'm glad you got out of that situation. I'm mad it took you 2 days, because if I cook for you the first day and you don't show appreciation, I'm not cooking again. And if you're a hermit and going to your room and like staying and playing games, why am I here? Like, I used to date somebody who all they wanted to do was play games, and I'm just like, yeah, no, I don't like this. Like, why am I here? We could have did this on FaceTime. I mean, Duo, Android. So why am I here? I could have been in my bed with the real person I want to be with. Me, myself, and I in my bed. You know, I'm not honey. Like, but no. I'm glad she got out that situation. She done drove 3 hours. Oof, been there, done that. Never going back. You feel me? But anyway, go follow all these creators, because what? TikTok is back. I don't know how long it's going to be back for the US, but I've never lost it. Somebody was asking me, what you going to do when TikTok gone? Girl, I got a secret weapon. Like, TikTok think I live in Canada. Like, what? So, yeah, I'm still going to be doing TikToks even if TikTok is not here in the US. But follow these creators while you can. Like this video and subscribe.